Imagine two investors. Same starting capital, same opportunities, same market. But 10 years later, one sipping pineapple juice on a beach, financially free. The other, still working overtime, wondering where it all went wrong. The difference wasn't intelligence, wasn't luck, wasn't even the stocks they picked. It was something far more powerful and far more difficult to master. Today, I'm going to show you why the stock market is essentially a device that transfers money from the impatient to the patient, and why your biggest enemy isn't the market. It's the face staring back at you in the mirror. Let's start with a truth bomb that most financial gurus won't tell you. The stock market isn't complicated because of the math. It's complicated because of you. Yeah, you heard me right. The human brain, this magnificent organ that built civilizations and landed us on the moon, is absolutely terrible at investing. And here's why. Your brain was designed for survival in the African savanna, not for navigating Wall Street. When your ancestors heard a rustling in the bushes, those who thought probably just the wind became lunch. Those who panicked and ran, they lived to pass on their genes to you. Congratulations, you're descended from paranoid people, which is great for not getting eaten by lions, terrible for investing. Here's the thing. The stock market goes down fast and goes up slow. A market can drop 30% in 3 weeks, like it did in March 2020, but takes years to climb that same distance. Your brain sees that rapid fall and screams, danger. Sell everything. It's literally the same alarm system that saved your ancestors from predators. But here's the paradox. That life-saving instinct. In the stock market, it's financial suicide. The very thing that kept your ancestors alive will keep you broke. Welcome to the irony of modern investing. All right, let me take you on a journey. We're going back to January 2000. You've got $10,000 burning a hole in your pocket. You invested in the S&P 500. March 2000, the dot-com bubble explodes. Your $10,000. Now $7,000. Ouch. September 2001, 9/11 happens. Markets crater. You're down to $6,000. 2008, the financial crisis hits. Banks are collapsing. Your portfolio? $5,000. You've lost half your money over 8 years. Now, be honest. Would you have held on? Or would you have sold, swearing you'd never touch stocks again? Most people sold. And that's exactly why most people aren't wealthy. But let's say you did something crazy. You held on. You were patient. Fast forward to 2024. That $10,000, it's now worth over $43,000. Not through timing, not through stock picking, simply through patience. Here's what Warren Buffett, who's made $100 billion doing this, says: the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And is not just talking, is literally the proof. Studies show that if you invested in the S&P 500 from 1980 to 2020 and just sat there, did nothing, you'd have averaged 11.5% returns annually. But you know what the average investor actually made during that same period? 3.9%. How is that even possible? The market returned 11.5%, but investors got 3.9%. Simple. They bought high when they were excited, sold low when they were scared, jumped in and out, let their emotions drive the bus right off a financial cliff. Let me introduce you to your two worst enemies, Mr. Fear and Mr. Greed. These guys are terrible financial advisors, but you let them make your decisions anyway. Here's how they work. When the market is soaring and everyone's making money, Mr. Greed whispers, everyone's getting rich. You're missing out. Buy now before it's too late. So you pile in at the top. Then, boom, the market crashes. Now Mr. Fear takes over. It's going to zero. You'll lose everything. Your family will be living in a van down by the river. Sell, sell, sell. So you panic and sell at the bottom. Congratulations. You just executed the perfect buy high, sell low strategy. It's literally the opposite of what you're supposed to do, but it's what most people do because they are following their emotions instead of their strategy. March 2020, COVID hits. The market drops 34% in 3 weeks. Fastest bear market in history. People are panicking, selling everything. I saw grown adults crying on financial TV, saying the market would take decades to recover. You know what happened? 5 months later, the market hit new all-time highs. Anyone who sold in March and waited for things to calm down missed one of the fastest recoveries in history. The emotional investors got destroyed. The patient ones, they either held on or, crazy idea, bought more when stocks were on sale. Think about this. If your favorite store has a 30% off sale, you run to buy stuff, right? But when the stock market has a 30% off sale, people run away. Makes zero sense. But emotions don't have to make sense. That's why they're so dangerous. So if emotions destroy wealth and patience creates it, how do you actually become patient? I'm going to give you 5 practical strategies that the wealthy use. Strategy number 1. Automate everything. Set up automatic investments. Every month, money goes from your paycheck straight into your investment account. You never see it. You never touch it. You can't panic sell what you don't manually control. Ronald Read, a janitor and gas station attendant, died with $8 million. His secret? He automatically invested a portion of every paycheck for 50 years and never sold. Simple, not easy. Strategy number 2. Stop checking your portfolio. I'm serious. Studies show that people who check their portfolios frequently make worse decisions. Why? Because you'll catch it on a bad day, panic, and sell. Check quarterly, maybe monthly. Definitely not daily. You don't check if your house value went up or down today, right? Treat your investments the same way. Strategy number 3. Have a written plan and follow it. Write down your investment strategy. I invest X amount monthly into Y funds, and I won't sell for Z years unless specific emergency. When the market crashes and you're panicking, read your plan. Past you, who wasn't panicking, probably made a better decision than present you who's freaking out. Strategy number 4. Build emotional armor. Here's what I do. I write down why I'm investing. For my kids' college. For retirement at 55. For financial freedom. When the market drops 20% and I'm tempted to sell, I reread my why. Suddenly, a temporary market drop seems less important than my daughter's education or my freedom in 20 years. Strategy number 5. Learn market history. The stock market has crashed, like really crashed, dozens of times. 1929, 1987, 2000, 2008, 2020. You know what happened after every single one? It recovered and went higher. Every single time. Not knowing this history makes you panic. Knowing it makes you patient. Here's the thing. Patience isn't passive. It's active discipline. It's choosing long-term wealth over short-term comfort. It's being willing to look stupid for years while everyone else is panicking or chasing hot stocks. But you know what? The stupid-looking patient investor becomes the wise, wealthy one. Every single time. I want to leave you with one final thought. And this might be the most important thing I say in this entire video. The stock market isn't actually about money. Not really. It's about character. It's about who you become in the process. Can you delay gratification? Can you stay calm when everyone else is panicking? Can you be contrarian? Can you trust a process when everything in your body is screaming at you to quit? See, investing is one of the few areas in life where doing less actually gets you more. Working harder doesn't help. Being smarter doesn't guarantee success. What matters is time and temperament. Can you simply wait? Can you be patient when patience feels impossible? The market doesn't reward the smartest person in the room. It rewards the person who can sit in the room the longest. The person who can watch their portfolio drop 40% and still show up. The person who can see their neighbor bragging about crypto gains and stick with their boring index funds. That person wins. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't about talent. It's not about being special. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can develop patience. It's a skill. It's a choice. And it's the most valuable investment skill you can have. Your wealth isn't built in days, weeks, or months. It's built in decades. And every day you stay invested, every temptation you resist, every panic you overcome, that's not just protecting your money. That's building your character. That's becoming the kind of person who deserves wealth. So, remember those two investors I mentioned at the beginning? Same money, different outcomes. The difference was never intelligence. It was patience versus emotion, discipline versus impulse, long-term thinking versus short-term feelings. Now here's my question for you. Which investor are you going to be? Because the market is making that decision right now. Every day you wait to start, emotion wins. Every day you panic and sell, emotion wins. But every day you show up, invest consistently, and stay patient. That's a day patience wins. That's a day you win. Here's what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. 1. Write down your investment why. Why are you doing this? 2. Set up automatic monthly investments if you haven't already. 3. Make a commitment. I will not sell based on emotions. I will stick to my plan. And then, do the hardest thing. Wait. Be patient. Trust the process. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with others who need to hear it. Subscribe if you want more no BS financial wisdom. And drop a comment telling me, what's your investment why? What are you building wealth for? Remember, the market rewards the patient and punishes the emotional. So be patient, my friend. Your future self is counting on you. I'm Mr. Dean. Stay patient, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.